When most people think of Las Vegas, they imagine flashing neon lights, grand casinos, and wild nights out. A playground for adults. A place where anything seems possible, and everything is for sale. But that's just the surface. Because beyond the strip, behind the luxury, and underneath the glamour, is a completely different Las Vegas. One that most tourists will never see, and honestly, aren't meant to see. This is the real story of Las Vegas. And once you hear it, you might never look at this city the same way again. Every morning, thousands of workers clock in, long before the tourists wake up. They clean the rooms, scrub the pools, cook the meals, and set the stage. These are the people who keep the illusion alive. Maria, a housekeeper from El Salvador, wakes up at 4:30 a.m. She rides 2 buses to get to work and cleans 16 rooms a day. Her back hurts constantly, and she earns less in a week than many tourists spend in one night. No one claps for her. No one tips her. She's invisible. But without her, and thousands like her, the strip doesn't run. While some visitors spend thousands on bottle service, others behind the scenes are rationing groceries just to get through the month. Now here's something most tourists don't believe when they hear it. Underneath the Las Vegas Strip, there are storm drains. Over 600 kilometers of them. And deep inside those tunnels, people live. Some call it the mole people myth. But it's very real. You'll find entire communities down there, couples, veterans, even college dropouts who couldn't afford to leave. It's dark. It floods with rain. There's no privacy. And one wrong step could mean a fatal accident. Many once had jobs. They came chasing dreams. But Vegas took more than it gave. And now, they live underground, literally, while life on the surface moves on without them. If you've been to Vegas, you've probably lost track of time. That's not by accident. Casinos are designed to trap you, mentally and physically. No clocks. No windows. Free drinks. Bright, hypnotic lights. Everything is meant to keep you playing. Longer, and longer. Mark, a former lawyer, once spent 27 hours inside a casino without realizing it. By the time he left, he'd maxed out 5 credit cards and lost over $80,000. He got help, eventually. But not everyone does. For some, it ends in addiction. Divorce. Homelessness. Even suicide. Gambling is legal, encouraged, glamorized, but when it ruins lives, the city stays silent. Despite its flashy slogans, prostitution is illegal in Las Vegas. But step outside any major casino after midnight, and you'll realize, the sex trade is alive and well. Just hidden. Escorts hand out cards. Sugar baby apps surge in downloads. Strippers are flown in from across the country for private parties. For some, it's a job. For others, it's survival. There are stories of women lured into modeling contracts only to be trafficked. Others are locked into debt, forced to perform or else. And while the city turns a blind eye, billions are made, and few protections exist for those trapped in the system. Las Vegas was built, and is still run, by immigrants. From dishwashers to construction workers, most come in search of better lives. But many end up working under the table jobs, afraid to speak out against abuse, wage theft, or unsafe conditions. Juan came from Guatemala. He helped build part of a luxury resort. After 10 weeks of work, his boss vanished without paying him a cent. And because he's undocumented, there's little he can do. The American dream feels close in Vegas, but for many, it stays just out of reach. We've all seen the stunning performers on stage, Cirque du Soleil acrobats, dancers, magicians. They seem like they live the dream. But off stage? It's a different story. The pressure to stay thin, stay pretty, stay young, it's relentless. Injuries are hidden. Mental health is ignored. If you speak out, you're replaced. One ex-performer, Lena, told us, the show must go on. Even if you're broken inside. Behind the applause, many are barely holding on. Las Vegas sits in the middle of a desert. Yet it uses an enormous amount of water and power. Fountains, pools, golf courses, air-conditioned shopping malls with fake skies. Lake Mead, the city's main water source, is drying up. And still, the party continues. Sustainability? It's not profitable. And so, while Vegas sparkles, the region faces an environmental crisis most tourists never even hear about. Las Vegas sells a dream. That anything is possible here. And for some people, it really is. But for many others, the workers, the addicted, the trafficked, the homeless, it's a dream they pay dearly for. Because behind the fantasy lies a system built on silence, sacrifice, and shadows. So next time you visit, look beyond the neon. There's more to this city than meets the eye. Las Vegas doesn't just gamble with cards or dice. It gambles with lives. And the cost? Addiction. Not just to gambling, but to alcohol, opioids, meth. Even prescription drugs, handed out like candy at after-parties. On Fremont Street, beneath the LED canopy, tourists cheer while street performers twirl flaming batons. But just a block away, you'll find people slumped in alleyways, shaking from withdrawals or nodding off mid-step. Recovery clinics here are overwhelmed. Rehab beds are scarce. And the cycle repeats. Vegas doesn't just hide its addicts. It profits from them, until they're no longer useful. Old Vegas used to be mob-run. Now it's run by billion-dollar corporations. They own the casinos, the restaurants, the media, the politics. Strip one of its glitter, and what's left is a corporate machine, tracking every move, selling every moment. Want a drink? An upgrade? A win? It's all part of a data strategy. AI tracks your bets. Cameras follow your body language. Loyalty cards turn playtime into profiling. And as the city gets smarter, it also gets colder. Personal touch replaced by surveillance. Local flavor replaced by franchised sameness. The soul of Vegas? Slowly disappearing. Las Vegas is filled with dreamers. Dancers hoping for stardom. Dealers trying to save. Musicians performing for tips. But most never make it. Jobs are seasonal. Contracts short. Rent is rising. And gig workers have no protection. One injury, one missed paycheck, and it all collapses. Some leave bitter. Others stay broken. But all of them arrive believing, at least once, that Vegas could be their big break. It's not a city, it's a gamble. Las Vegas has one of the highest homeless rates in the US. Per capita. But where are they? The city works hard to move them, from parks, sidewalks, anywhere tourists might see. New laws even criminalize sleeping in public spaces. Tents are slashed, belongings thrown away, people treated as eyesores, not humans. One former casino worker now lives in his car, parked by an abandoned warehouse. He says, "They want me invisible. But I used to wear their uniform." Las Vegas sells comfort, but it hides its pain. The pandemic hit Vegas hard. Casinos shut down, shows closed, thousands laid off overnight, the illusion shattered, revealing how fragile everything was. Some performers never returned. Others pivoted to online gigs, virtual casinos, OnlyFans. The city has bounced back. But not evenly. The rich rebuilt. The rest struggled. Vegas promises resilience. But recovery? That's still a work in progress, and for many, a personal battle. Las Vegas will always sparkle. It's what it's designed to do. But if you look closely, past the lights and the promises, you'll see another story unfolding. One of quiet hardship, of invisible workers, of a city built on both dreams and debt. It's not about shaming Las Vegas. It's about understanding it. So next time you visit, pause. Tip your bartender. Thank the housekeeper. Notice the shadows behind the show. Because the real Las Vegas? You won't find it on a postcard. You'll find it here, on Truth Travels.